Hello and welcome to a short video on replacing the heater blower motor resistor. In this case it's a Skoda Fabia Mk2 2008 model. The procedure is much the same for a lot of other VW, Audi, Seat, Skoda cars, the Roomster, the Polo. They all use much the same design. So this is the blower motor resistor. In fact, it's 3 resistors. So when you select speeds 1, 2 or 3, you're getting a reduced blower speed because a resistor is connected in series with the blower motor. When you select speed 4, the 12 volt supply goes directly to the motor and it operates at full speed. So the usual symptom of a failing blower motor resistor is the loss of the slower speeds, and the motor will operate on speed 4 only. If the motor doesn't operate at all, it could be that the thermal fuse has blown, or it could be that the motor is burnt out. So the blower motor resistors actually, it's incorporated, it fits into the airstream, the heater ducting, so it's cooled during operation by the incoming cold air from the outside. Unfortunately, to get at it is not that easy. It's buried down in the dash. So what we have to do on this vehicle, 2008 Fabia, is first of all we have to remove this upper glove box. There's 2 T20 screws at the top there. We remove that, and then we need to remove the airbag module. Okay, so we've already disconnected the battery because we're messing around with the airbag. We don't want the airbag to go off inadvertently, and we have to first of all remove a couple of retaining screws under the dash. There's 2 screws, I think they're T30s. We remove those to enable us to take out the airbag module, and then from the top we gently pry out the airbag module. And I don't want to disconnect it, I don't want to disconnect in the airbag wiring, so we'll flip it over upside down and just rest it on the dashboard to the right here, and then we need to get down, reach down into the dash, and there's a 4-pin connector. Take out the old resistor and put the new one in. Okay, so as ever, when you're working with visible plastics inside the car, no metal tools, just using plastic trim tools to pry out the airbag module. It helps if you can do this on a hot day because the plastic's a bit softer and more pliable, it comes out more easily. Unfortunately today it's very cold, so we're probably going to struggle a bit to get the module free to release the plastic clips. Anyway, let's start the job. So under the dash we've got 3 T30 screws. Now there are gaps in the dash structure, so if you drop the screw it will fall down behind the dash. So I've put some bits of kitchen towel there to block the holes where the screws might drop. So we need to undo those 3 T30 screws. That will release the airbag module. We can then pry it up from above. So the centre one comes out not fairly easy. The left and the right hand one are pretty difficult. There's a big risk of dropping them. So I've got a steel roll here, and I'm popping the steel roll underneath the screw to help support it. And actually got it. Okay, so we're prying the airbag up. Use a large screwdriver from underneath, lift it. When you pry the airbag up with the trim tool, don't shove the trim tool down vertically. As you can see, the airbag is maybe a centimetre in from where this plastic seam is, so the trim tool needs to go underneath and then pry up the airbag. It's held in very tightly, so it'll take quite a bit of persuasion to get it out. Okay, so we've got the airbag free, so what I'm going to do is pull it forward and just turn it, and I don't want to disconnect the airbag connectors. I'm just going to put a bit of cardboard on the top of the dash. I'm just going to rest the airbag unit on that, and I'm leaving it connected up to the wiring loom, so it's going to sit there while we replace the blower motor resistor. Blower motor resistor is buried down in the dash down there, so quite difficult to get to. So the heater resistor fits into the heater ducting in that kind of orientation, with the resistor unit hanging vertically into the airflow. And what you'll have to do is reach down behind, it's right behind the right hand edge of this bracket, bracket that retains the airbag, and squeeze the two tabs, the tab each side of the 4-pin connector. So squeeze the tabs in, pull the connector off, and then you need to rotate the heater resistor about 45 degrees, 50 degrees anti-clockwise, and it will lift out. You put the new one in the same way, so you push it in at the 45 degree angle. You'll have to press it in quite tightly and then rotate it so the little fin above the connector is at the 12 o'clock position. So that's rotating it clockwise about 45 degrees. It's very tight, it has to form an airtight seal, so you need to push down and rotate it. And once it's in that position, it's easy just to clip the 4-pin connector back into the resistor module. Okay, so once the new resistor's in place, it's really straightforward to pop the airbag module back into place, and it just fits by pressing down. Okay, so we've got the tabs all around it, maybe the front edge first, and then lever the tabs in. Okay. And now we have to put the 3 T30 screws back in, being very careful not to drop them down behind the dash. Now it's very difficult to get these screws back in there without dropping them. What you can do is wrap a bit of sellotape around the Torx fitting and the screw and hold it like that. I've got a steel rule here though that's got a groove in, and I'm going to just use that to slide the screw along to get it in the screw hole, because they're quite a long way back, and if you drop them it's very difficult to get them out. So once the 3 screws are in place, just gently tighten them up, and they're not particularly high torque. There. And then we can refit the glove compartment. Okay, glove compartment refitted, battery reconnected, and we'll check we've got the 3 speeds. 1, 2, you can tell it's working because the AC will illuminate when it's switched on. 3, 4. Job done.